checking out 3D Products. I'm Donald Williams. In this segment, we're going to show and demonstrate the benefits of the 3D wool pad buffing system along with our flexible backing plates. We're going to take and show you why we prefer these pads as opposed to the products and pads that have been used in the past, and the benefits that it's going to go to help you save time and end up with a better finish. The first thing we have here is our backing plates. And the backing plates are very vital to when you're picking out your system and picking out how you're going to perform your work. We prefer to have a backing pad that has some stiffness to it, but also allows for flexibility for when you have to hit contours, you have to maybe go up on edge a little bit, create a little bit more heat, a little more friction in the surface that you're buffing. We have them all in various sizes, the K99, the K77, which is ideal for your 5 to 6 inch backing pad, and then the K76 is ideal for your 4 or 5 inch wool pads and foam pads. The one thing we have that's a benefit to a lot of our buffing systems and techniques is we have a lintless real lamb's wool cutting pad. We have those in various sizes from the 8 inch, the 6 inch, and the 4 inch. Now the primary benefit to the wool pads, outside of just that it leaves a finer cut, is that it doesn't shed. The traditional wool pads that they have are usually a blend of wool and synthetic material. So if we're going to take and we're going to compound using the AAT 501, which will still help the performance of the wool pad, but you're going to be dealing with a bigger mess than you've already had dealing with compounds and polishes. The biggest thing is going to be the amount of lint that this kicks off from the old pads. As you can see, there's lint flying everywhere, which also causes the product and the material to fly everywhere. And even though it's still cutting, you're now creating a bigger mess for you to clean up. Sometimes it makes you look like you're wearing a tutu at the end. The second thing is the amount of cutting that it does. Some of the pads are overly aggressive, some of the pads don't cut enough. What happens is they start to get flat, they start to mat down, so then the pad doesn't cut as well. The second thing is they're very uneven, which also affects the time and the efficiency that you're going to be doing with the cutting of your pad, as opposed to the nice even sheared wool pad, which helps you cut quick, even, and easily determine when you're done with the correction process. Also, the pad is flat, there is no hole. A lot of the times it was kind of a nice option for centering, but then the pad itself starts to wear out and break apart and move outwards, which then decreases the life of the wool pad as well. The other thing is this is right off the hide of the real lamb's wool, so you won't have the shedding that you have from this. We'll go ahead and demonstrate that right now. The first thing you want to do is select the correct backing plate with the correct wool pad. I've gone with the 8 inch K99 backing plate that's flexible to go along with the KWW8 8 inch white wool pad. This is ideal because it allows the wool pad to cover or be supported throughout by this particular backing plate. All you need to do is make sure you center it well so then you get nice even spin. Then you'll go ahead and you'll apply your compound in your area. Let's make sure that you can see that there's no lint, which is one thing that you'll want to make sure we add on so you don't have the lint flying everywhere. Along with even amount of material. Go back and forth. As you can see, there's no lint flying anywhere. Okay, now if I go higher in speed, still no lint. And if I want, because of the backing plate, I can go up on edge. If I feel like that's my preference, I can still be up on edge just like I can with any of the other wool pads and any of the other backing plates that the backing plate filled in. I'm cutting fast and I'm cutting even, cutting with good control, and most importantly, I don't have lint flying everywhere or product. As you can see, you can go nice and even. You can go up on edge if you want to. You can keep it nice and flat if you want to. And make sure that the cut's perfectly even. Most importantly, not wearing a tutu at the end of it. A whole lot of lint, okay? Now the other thing that's special and that's really nice about these wool pads and backing plates is you'll be able to do the buffing that you need to without creating so much friction and so much heat. After you do your buffing process, especially with the 3D AAT rubbing compound, you're not going to feel a whole lot of that heat on there that you will with a lot of other buffing and compounding systems, because we don't need to generate heat to do the compounding. And with the wool pad, because it's able to diffuse the product and there's no synthetics, you'll be able to keep that heat down. The natural lambs wool actually holds the compounds and the abrasives in the hairs a little bit better than you do with your synthetics, because it has a barb that's actually built into, as opposed to the synthetics that are just singular strands. We thank you for taking your time to check us out. Check out our wool pads and our backing plates, and go ahead and subscribe to us on our channel at YouTube, and follow us and then share us on Facebook. We'll see you next time.